I missed today's session. This is the first session. I didn't get the links for the other sessions.
No, you mean today, right? This is the first one.
Oh, this is the first one. There's another one after this?
Yeah. And it will be really a great session since we'll be talking about how to measure the impact of coaching.
Okay. But I have a client coaching session after this.
Yeah. So, a few minutes and we get started. I like your interactions, by the way. You're really dynamic, fully present, really exactly the exchange and that interaction you're creating, that making every webinar really interesting. Thank you for that.
All right, thank you too.
Okay.
Actually, I'm enjoying the program, and it's a live, especially with the live examples and illustrations.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, and I guess the atmosphere is something else. So it's really friendly. Everyone is laughing. Everyone is smiling.
Yeah.
We feel home.
Yeah, that's true.
That's really
true. Thank you. I still look forward to more exciting sessions.
Yeah, so it will be a great day today. So we're heading toward two powerful sessions with a great panel.
All right.
So I think they'll be really insightful with a lot of, as usual, wisdom and energy. I can see Elena is here. Elena, hello.
Yes. Hello, Kais. And how is right? Kais or Kais?
Both work.
Okay.
Pick the easiest one for you.
Because I could only read before it.
Yeah. So whatever. So it's okay. So we shall wait for a few minutes before we get started. So
okay.
And I can see. So Elena is same as all who are here. She's wearing that beautiful smile. So thank you for that, Elena.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, Gohan. Welcome.
Thank you.
So shall we get started, Elena? Ready?
Yep.
Looks like we were waiting for Dua to start the session.
Yeah, Elena. Ready? Get started?
Yes, yes, I'm ready. I'm just waiting that you will introduce me.
Yeah. Okay, I'll do. My pleasure. So welcome everyone to our third day of of our International Leadership Coaching Summit. We're pleased to have with us today in this session Irina Chelokidi. Got it right.
You're right.
She's an ICF PCC coach, former president of ICF Russia chapter. In 2018, she won the ICF Young Leader Award, and she's really an esteemed author and guest lecturer at many leading universities in Russia. So you're very welcome, Irina. The floor is yours. It will be your space. It will be your session. So we will all be here sitting as really as eager students to learn and acquire as much as we can from your session. So the floor is yours. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. So thank you, guys. It will be easy for me. And hello, dear colleagues. I'm really happy to be here and to perform for you as for people who are, from my perspective, looking ways to overcome challenges and to stay resilient in these difficult times. And as I assume most of all of you are coaches, so I hope my questions from today's session will be helpful for you, and I hope you will participate fully today in our conversation. So as my main occupation is leadership and teamwork, when I was asked to present about happiness, I recalled several stories when my clients completely separated success and happiness. And they said, I can be either happy or successful. And one of my requests was, how could I communicate to my colleagues that I don't want to be successful, I just want to be happy. So, and it was really challenging for them to combine and match these things together for their futures, and they managed that. And I think it's exactly what time calls us for, to be connected with our inner resources and to overcome challenges of the new reality of pandemic, and to be leaders to ourselves and to people near us. So that's why today I suggest us together think about success, leadership and happiness, and explore them. And maybe somebody will find your own words or make discoveries which could help you to reinforce yourself and support yourself, and to support your friends in current times. So let me start my demonstration of my screen, and we will continue. And from the current slide. Can you see it? Can you see my slides? Oh, thanks. So please use chat box today as much as you can, and I will try to answer questions from the chat. If we couldn't won't have time, I will answer later, and hope guys will share with you my answers. I'm sure, as I usually do when I organize summits or something like that. So my first question to all of us: how happy are you with this current time of crisis, pandemic, and uncertainty on the scale from 1 to 10? And I will switch on my chat box. How happy are you? Oh, so high scores. I checked myself today, it was 8 today, because a little bit, there is uncertainty there. Yes. So thank you so much. And even if you're happy at 9, I hope there will be space to discover and to explore today. Thank you so much. And I know many people who are happy with this crisis. The segments of people, do you know who it could be? Maybe you know. No? Because I know several. I could start sharing. Entrepreneurs, by the way. entrepreneurs whose businesses are on top now. It's mobile communication, for example, mobile communication delivery here in Russia, for example, because they are flourishing. For example, there was a new startup in Moscow, launched as recently as in April, rent of electronic scooters, not cars, but scooters. And it has become very popular and has very high demand and income. And now they are planning to spread to 10 more cities in September. So why not? Just to use opportunities. Next, children. They don't think about money or stability, and they are really happy to be with their parents who used to work hard in their offices, and they're happy not to go to school every day. Why not? Maybe you know somebody else. Because I know even several coaches and trainers, I asked them, they are happy that they save their time from their work to the office and back, and they can sleep more, and they could even walk their dogs during coffee breaks. So it's the main point is the point of view here. And how do you think, how do they perceive this period? What do you think about this period? Mm-hmm. Challenge, mm-hmm. Opportunity, mm-hmm. Actually, when I asked them, all of them said that they perceive it as the opportunity. And they said crisis is the time of opportunities. Because, oh, I'm sorry, give me 1 second to close the door. To close the door, I'm sorry. It's my dog, yes. Yes, pets are too happy. So, about opportunities, why it is? Because old schemes are breaking and new schemes are evolving. And you could build in with your ideas, with new projects in new scheme, and you can influence on them, I could say. Maybe it's time to be brave at last, or to start new project you wanted to start for many, many years. So it's very important to feel that it is time of opportunity. And yes, it's calling for courage. Yes, it's call us to be leaders. So let us be leaders. Why not? Let us be leaders and let's discover, explore it more. And when we are talking about leadership, we always talking about our inner resources. And what does mean leadership? Leadership is a capability to lead yourself and others to a specific goal or to in a specific direction. Why not? And when we look at, I'm sorry, I couldn't shut him down. I couldn't. Leadership includes 3 main points: vision, action, and belief. Vision. Leaders have a very strong vision. They see long-term results, and they see tactics, and they see tendencies and different ways how to moving forward. Then they have strong belief. They believe in themselves, in their teams, in what they are doing. And as the third point, they are undertaking systemic actions. They lead and motivate themselves and others. And the basis of all of that is, I could say, is inner responsibility for their lives and for their futures. Because without responsibility, nothing of this could lead to the success for them. And like a wheel, I could say like a wheel, this vision, belief, action, vision, belief, action, repeating of this with efforts brings them to success, step by step. If you want to something to add in chat box, you're welcome, really, because I could speak a lot of time. And what is the fuel for this movement? Happiness is a fuel because it's the most resourceful state of us. So it gives our leaders energy, and this is the main interconnection between success and happiness, and the, I could say, the essential one. And interesting question. What if leaders are or are unhappy? What's then? Could you type it? Your thoughts. No fuel, yes. And what is something happens with their vision, belief, motivation, actions? This will implicate the team. Yes, sure. They couldn't see positive things. Yes, they couldn't find unexpected ways. Disengaged. Yes. So happiness is the essential part of leadership. Yes. So, and it is impossible to do all these leadership things without inner connection with our resources. Yes, and low productivity, of course. So, if we look at the scale, let us name it scale of happiness, and just imagine that somebody is too happy. I could say extremely happy, or from my perspective, it is a nirvana state. At the workplace. What's then with their motivation, with their decision-making process, with their work mood, productivity, and etc.? If they're extremely happy. Clear motivation, clear thoughts, decision-making. Maybe. Because when it's really important for me to discuss about it, yes? Because when I asked people, they said, no, we don't want to be too happy at our workplaces because we don't want to think about work at all when we are so happy. And their supervisors usually say that when people are too happy at work, they couldn't make really good decisions because they overestimated themselves and their company, and they think that peace around only with flowers and birds. So it could be a situation, but it's when it is not very good, when you are so happy and you are dancing during your working day. But okay. If there is an extreme one position, there is a zero position, yes? For example, when you have no motivation, no bad emotions, no good emotions, like a machine, I'm here to make my job. What could be with their productivity, with their vision and beliefs, what could be there? Because nothing bad, yes? It's like zero. You can't imagine. I can. I sometimes I see that people, because they say, why are you asking us? Why are you trying to enhance our motivation? We're just here to make our job. I want to go home. That's all. Sometimes it also happens. When we are talking about like zero position, as I said, there is no high performance there. There is no some kind of motivation and support others there. There is nothing. And the best position is an optimal position, and this one is different from country to country, from company to company. Yes, it's optimal individually, I could say. And it's very important for us and interesting for us to think, what does it mean to be in an optimal state of happiness for the work, at workplace? To be optimally happy, I could say. Could somebody imagine? Or only me have that vision? Because I have been thinking about it for several days. Yes, I have several thoughts. Optimal performance, maybe yes. And I think these people are happy to work there, yes. When your thoughts are in harmony with your emotions, yes. And they are really good workers and loyal workers, yeah, to the company, because they have positive emotions there. And they are creative enough there. Why not? Yes. And if we move forward, what does it mean for you to be in an optimal state of happiness at your work? You could not put your thoughts in a chat box. I will be happy if you write it for yourself, to work for yourself. Just put plus sign to the chat box when you finish. What does it mean for you to be in an optimal state of happiness at your work? Yes, and the question, but will we reach it? I hope you will, after our work. Not looking. Okay, an impression of not working, okay. If you decided to put a chat box, I'm happy twice. Coming every day. And I think you, for me, for example, very productive, and I don't tire during working days, and I take energy back from my work. When I work, I take energy back. In the flow, yes, coming early every day. Okay, so great. I really hope you will work out something to yourself during our conversation also. Working like playing, yes, yes. And if you could notice, there are a lot of people here, yes, and there are a lot of visions, perspectives, and it's so interesting that on our state of happiness influences so many things, and they are various from person to person and from time to time. Just for example, could you ever thought that one small smile, could weigh as much as global crisis on your inner scales? Because sometimes we are so deep in our sadness, and when we're getting one small thing, maybe ice cream, maybe sweet, maybe hug, maybe smile, it could extremely make us extremely happy and could change somebody's lives. Because people could immediately find unbelievable decisions, find new motivation, and enhance self-belief. What do you think about that? And we couldn't predict what exactly, yes, could influence positive to the person. And about negative, for example, so many things makes us feel unhappy from our, yes, global crisis to dirty dishes. We could be so unhappy. So how could we overcome it? Maybe I can't say for everyone on the planet, yes, but for you, what top 3 things it is critical for you to have at work to feel happy at your optimal point, as you described it before? You could write it here, you could write it for yourself, as you wish. Top 3, small or achievable or other things that it is critical to have for you to feel yourself happy at your workplace. Being trusted, being appreciated, being given freedom, supportive people to work with. The world is nothing but our perception. It takes in a small thing to change from us. Yes, you are right. Totally. Supportive people around them, for example, because As a start point, I just need people around as a start point, because alone I couldn't be happy. I need people, and I need smiles, for example. And I need expressions of thank you and excuse me. It's very important for me. Being connected with people, trusted and smile, yes, and value smile, inner peace. So let's see further how could we achieve it. Well-paid kindness and better communication, our most important quality of people, their kindness of care. Yeah, yes, you are right. And for example, just imagine that we have organization and we have people, and we have issue, some kind of issue like make them happy. People in organization, so many different people, so many different wishes, so many different factors. What could they do there? So we will look at this issue from two perspectives. Yes, one is from company perspective and another from personal perspective. Let's start from the company perspective. As a start point, they could explore what happiness exactly means for their employees, for people. For example, as we done it before, or other ways, just to take from them what does it mean for them to be happy and what it gives them to be happy. Then, as we done, to choose top factors. Maybe it will be 3 or 5 factors that are common, a little bit common for people in this organization. For example, I don't know, morning coffee for all of that, for all of them, or smiles or something like that. Then what could they do? Then they could decide how they could provide these factors at workplace. It's logical enough, yes? On the one hand, and on the another hand, what they have to articulate, what they expect from the employees if they provide these factors, because it's business. And how could they do it? Usually they, and it's very important and interesting your opinion here, because I'm sharing with you from my experience and my opinion. Usually they provide it on 2 levels. First level, they build culture of mutual trust and support in organization and teams. Usually people more happy when they are supported and when they feel the safety around them. And it could be even include, as I said, smiles or regular positive feedback or hugs. And I know even cases when during COVID, teams were regularly are sitting in front of Zoom, in front of their laptops with the favorite cup or with favorite drink, and they share what are they drinking and why do they like it, and something like that. It's like a tradition, and it's make people closer to each other. Why not? And on the another level, of the individual level, companies give people opportunities to find their unique ways of having access to their resources, providing personal coach or mentor. They give people opportunity to find, yes, their ways to be happy on the working place. So maybe you could add something in chat box. It will be great if you have some examples how companies deals with topic, the issue of happiness of their workers. And if not, or I could continue because I have information to share with you, as you wish. Because another perspective I want to look with you from is what in your control zone, according happiness at working place, as an individual, because we are talking about leaders and in responsibility of our states. Here, we couldn't say and save positive and the happiness inside every moment, because some people on the planet can, and they have been working for that states for many, many years, of course. But commonly, people sometimes could find them in a bad state. And the main responsibility is to have a positive mindset at all, and some techniques that could bring us back from negative state to a resourceful and constructive one. And I want to share with you several points about that. I hope you will share something with me too, by the way. Okay, the first one. It's very important to understand, to realize maybe that happiness, leadership, and success starts from allowing something to ourselves. If people don't allow themselves to be happy, nothing will help. Or people, if people have mindsets that it's always okay with me and nothing okay with others, or everything is okay with others and everything bad with me totally in their lives, nothing will help. So my question to you, what do you need to allow yourself to be happy and successful even now? Just again, you can just put plus signs in chat box, because it's your personal inner business, as you wish. To be yourself, yes, great. And it will be great if you could explain to yourself what does it mean exactly for you to be yourself, to apply it to your life, yes? I hope you will understand what does it mean, to be yourself. For me, for example, several times ago, I allowed to myself to be a speed car. Really, because I'm afraid a little bit of speed when I'm driving, and it was some kind of metaphor during my conversation with my coach, and I really realized that I could drive with a great speed, but I'm so sad that I couldn't see another machines that are nearby me now. So, and it was very important. Allowing for myself. So another one. Okay, if you allow, great. So you need triggers or like doors to your inner resources. How could you bring your top 3 factors to your work? And I hope really that you remember them. You could scroll chat if you need to remember. Remind them. How could you bring your, for example, smiles, good people, or what it was there? Trust, being appreciated at your work by yourself, as you are responsible for that. Think positive about within challenges. Yes, believe in oneself. Yes. I will be happy if you just think about, yes, how could you, but because you can, how could you bring your top 3 things that is critically important for you, yes, to have at work to feel happy to your work? Think positively is a great thing. Give the same to others. Yes, why not? When you want to have smile from others, you could smile, yes, and people will smile to you automatically. Actions speak louder than words. Yes, you could do the same, yes, because I like expression that treat people as you want to be treated, because it's one of my main rules in my life, for example. Kindness, be kind, communication from you. Yes, learn how to be better as well paid, not sure. Yes, why not? And it is in your control zone, yes, to act and to say and to behave. And then see what will be there. Being authentic, yes. Oh, I think it's it's a huge topic about authenticity. Because when people feel, can express themselves as they are always happy, like children. And it's very important to be brave, to express yourself as you are. To be happy when you want to be happy. And even your mom doesn't want to hear as you're singing, for example, to sing. Why not? Because I really have several examples of that. Thanks. Okay, let's go further. Why not? The third point that is important to stay in a good mood or to come back to a good mood is this one. To believe. I don't know how could we develop our belief, but it on your turn. To believe that there should be a best solution, like in our math or physics exercises in school. Do you remember? There was a solution, and our main task just was to find the algorithm and get the solution. That's all. Maybe not from the first try, but at last we done it. Don't you think so? Yes. And we had no doubt that this exercise in our student books have no solutions, have no results. No, it was difficult, and we tried again to find it, to find ways. So just the same situations go now. There are solutions around us, and our main task is to find them. That's all. It's about mindset of opportunities. It's a mindset of people who understand that only during crises they can start something unusual and to develop themselves. So, and the fourth one, it's very important also, believe in yourself, in your ability to moving forward in any circumstances. And I really want you to write down, I suppose in chat box, I would ask you, what would you say to a person who needs to be convinced about necessity of staying happy in a crisis? What could you say them? What could you advise them? If you need to convince them. I know we need time for that, yes. Yes, I can repeat the question and you can read it here as fourth. What would you say to a person who needs to be convinced about the possibility and necessity of staying happy in a crisis? What could you advise a person, yes, about happiness in a crisis when he don't believe that it could be? Everything is too bad. Nothing will be solved. I know my father usually say, nothing will be solved during crisis. No, everything is rolling down only. Trash negative thoughts. Being positive helps keep us healthy. Every could has a silver lining. Yes, we don't see things as they are, we see things as we are. Stay hopeful and expect positive outcomes. Expect what you can't change and work on what you can. I would advise him to see the good in the worst. Easy to say. Sure, there is a message from, yes, universe, there is a learning, sure. Yes, and maybe the trick here is that you wrote it to yourself, and please keep it to yourself and remember this statement to yourself, because it's really great statements. Just try, what does it mean to be happy? Never try, never know, I like to say in this case. And so we are in time. Just try, what does it mean to be happy? Yes, we are in time, and I really want to say that, share with you with my belief. Yes, we are always sent with challenges or tasks that we are ready to accomplish. Yes, so we just need to be daring enough. And thank you for being here and for posting and for participating in chat. So if you have any questions, I could answer. So we have about maybe 10 minutes for that. Maybe you have questions, I don't know.
So I have a question, Elena. So it's more, I guess, critical sides with depressive persons. We can have demotivated persons that it's a little bit challenging to push them being motivated and happy. Are there any technique or advice maybe to help on bringing them with the positive side?
Yes, there is. Let me give me maybe 7 seconds to remind, okay? 5. Okay, 1. Several lines, yes, several tasks. 1, just remind 5 strengths that you think you have. Write them, and there will be, it's like the algorithm, yeah. Then please remind 5 your wins, I could say. 5 yes, I could say wins. When you do something better than others, yeah, you win. Remember 5 your wins and what strengths helped you then. Maybe these strengths, maybe another strengths, but strengths. And the third line of this exercise is to remember and write down 3 positive feedbacks from your parents, maybe from your teachers, from every people you like that was given to you and important for you. So it's 5, 5, 3, and give time for people for that. And then ask them, now what could you say to yourself according your maybe state, according your issue, according your, I don't know, goal. It's also the method of self-motivating for teenagers. It was from their brochure for teenagers. Because I wanted to give you this one, but I decided maybe we won't have time for that. No. I can't hear you.
Yeah, sorry, Elena, I have missed the 5th one.
No. 5 strengths, 5 wins, 3
positive feedback.
And 4 it's what could you say to yourself? I just whispered 5, 5, 3. 5 at first line, 5 at the second line, 3 at third line. And it works, really works. I usually offer it on my leadership trainings when people maybe overcome their beliefs and something like that during their deep work inside, and it works. Yeah. Yeah, that's all. Maybe somebody else have questions. If not, great. Because I really hope that it was short enough presentation, but I hope you find, maybe several of you find important words for you, maybe made important decisions inside, I hope.
Elena, I'd like to, first, thank you for this great presentation. I'd like to ask you a question. I'd like to get your perspective on something.
Okay.
In one of your slides, so we talked about happiness between two things, two extremities. So between being extremely sad and overexcited. So
Here.
That's the optimal situation. So I'd like to get your perspective on this. So when do you exactly know that? So I think it's easy for us to know that we are really low, we're down. But it's more difficult for us to spot ourselves when we are overexcited.
Over.
Okay,
I have the answer of that, because when you felt somewhere maybe that state, you will remember it. Just imagine that you are so happy, maybe you fall in love or something like that, and you are in a shop, and sometimes women do the same things. They are in a shop and they want to buy maybe one skirt or something like that, and they're too happy, and everything that was offered for them, they will say, yes, I will take this and this and this. And after that, at home, they decide, oh my God, why I spent so many monies? Oh my God, what I've done. They really couldn't explain why they make that choice, but it means that they were too relaxed, too happy, that couldn't reflect appropriately about options. So from my perspective, it is about to be too happy, because at workplace usually we have to make choices.
I think we all have been there. So we've been in these moments where we took some decisions out of excitement and then discovered that they were not the good decisions for us. But my question is this exactly. I want to focus on that moment where when you are taking that decision.
When we've taken this decision, how could we check? Maybe.
So what do you need in that exact moment to get back to the optimal situation?
For me, it sounds like, how could I be sure that during decision-making, for example, process, that I'm not under extreme emotions or something like that. Am I right or not? Yes, okay. It's about more about decision-making process, yes. Let me start from the beginning. We have some theories that say that we could make decisions only logically. Yes, it was several time ago. Now we have concepts that all decisions we have already made by our emotions, and only then we try to explain them with our logic. It's also, as you could see, the extreme position. And it's very important, okay, to check when you make your decisions, to check what do you feel about that. Ask your question, what do you feel about that? Because when you dissociate from something and you start thinking on something, it means that you are not in a process, not in a flow. Do you understand me? Just when you ask yourself, what do you feel? It means that you start to think, not to feel at that moment. And it could help you to wake up sometimes.
If I got you right, Elena. So it's about self-coaching to get to a higher level of self-awareness.
Maybe about self-coaching, yes.
That's
If we have coach near us, we are so happy people. But from my perspective, really, coach and coaching is the only thing nowadays that could keep our leaders or our, I don't know, managers in their minds and could help them to make right decisions during this crisis, because they are they are all so stressed and they don't want to think. Mm-hmm.
So, Elena, it's also related to the emotional intelligence. Am I right?
Yes, you are right. It's about part maybe of emotional intelligence when you realize, yes, your emotion, and you could choose what to do with them. Yes, with that part. Mm-hmm. Because the another part to realize others' emotions and to deal with them, it's maybe about emotional intelligence in teams. Yes, that's all. And I think it's could be very interesting discussion about emotional intelligence somewhere after this crisis. There will be a lot of cases and a lot of new heroes. So I just really want to have and to say thank you, and to share one more thing, that I feel that like situation wants to separate us. Like in Babylon many years ago. Now we have to be separated near our laptops, in our homes. And I think it's extremely important to stay connected, even virtually. And that's why I want to say, Kais, thank you so much that you provide this opportunity for us to be together and to share. So that's all that I could say.
Thank you, Elena. You said that nature may be pushing us to be away, so to get so separate one from another. But I guess what's happening is the opposite. So we couldn't have been more closer than this. So we're so close. We're all here. We're interacting. It is as if we knew each other so we have been knowing each other for so long. So I think the opposite is happening, and this is exactly the one of the conclusions and the insights of your presentation. It's a matter of perspective, so it's how we look at it. So and I saw many of our audience, our friends here on the chat box saying, this is an opportunity. This is an opportunity, and I love
everything is an opportunity. Yes.
That positive energy. So I don't know whether there is any additional question from those of our friends who are here. If you'd like to say something before we wrap up the session. So
I have one question. How could I apply what is learned to our coaching practice? I'm sorry that I couldn't understand it right, the question. How could you imply?
Yes, so the question, if I
could you enlighten me? Okay, I hope that beginning from today, you will ask yourself questions about, for example, opportunities, and you will bring these three things into your daily routine and try to be more happy maybe than you was before. And I will share my presentation with Kais, and he could share it with you maybe maybe in any way I will share with him. And yes, and you could look at that questions again and again, and I hope they will help you.
I thought also someone else willing to ask a question. So I think Lydia, so I saw you raising your hand, so I don't know whether you'd like to say something or not.
Hello. Yes.
Go ahead.
I think that the new intelligence is to learn how to listen to our emotion.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the best way for people to help them to listen to their emotions?
May I answer maybe simple answer to ask them, what do you feel? Because sometimes it's very challenging for clients or for somebody to express what do they feel. Because, for example, I know one woman who is the trainer of emotional intelligence. And it's so difficult for her to express what does she feel during our coaching sessions. So I think when you, for example, you will ask people frequently, what do you feel? What do you feel? They will start to reflect by themselves maybe about that, even without you. Maybe someone here, what do I feel? Really, what do I feel? Because I really believe that emotion is the energy, and energy could be positive or negative, it doesn't matter. And when we pick up our negative emotion, we could use it in a positive way. For example, when my daughter was small, she was very irritating for me, really. I'm sorry. And one day I realized when I just wanted to shout at her because I couldn't stand her behavior. But when I realized it at that moment, I hugged her and I started dancing with her. And I felt how my energy flows away, but in positive way, because my daughter thought at that moment that I loved her very, very much, and I really loved her. And she was happy. So do you understand me? Yes, that it's very important to pick that moment and to ask yourself, what is happening now with me, for example, or what is happening around?
Okay, thank you.
With that, I think we came to the end of our webinar. It was a great one, a lot of insights, a lot of interaction, a lot of smiles as usual. So, and to finish in beauty, so let's get that group picture as a token of gratitude for our guest speaker of today, Lina. So all the cameras on, my friends. So are you ready? Where are you, Lina? Is she still here? I think she's out. I can't see her.
Guess she left.
Yeah, sorry for her. So she missed this beautiful picture. Anyway, so let's take the picture and send it to her. Are you ready, guys? So the camera on. So it will be our gift to Elena. Elena, this is our gift to you. In 3, 1, 2, 3. Thank you, Elena. Thank you all, my friends. So it was a great session. Let's move to the other one with a session by Nader Bshini. It will be on how to measure concretely by really quantifiable measures the impact of coaching. I'm sure that it will be a really powerful session, enjoyable. We'll learn a lot. So see you there, my friends. Bye.
Bye.